NBA 2K26, there's slight changes how you dunk on this game. So today I'm going to teach you how to dunk on NBA 2K26, no matter if you're on a slashing build, a non-slashing build, a big man, a guard, or even if you're playing online or offline, or you're a play now player. Today I'm going to end up teaching y'all beginner moves all the way into advanced moves, from getting contact dunks with the meter, catching lobs with no problem, but also being able to be a beast when it comes to finishing around the rim. So the first thing we need to do, we need to hop in our controller settings. Now, if you want to dunk the ball, you need to be using a right stick to dunk the ball. You're missing out if you're not using a right stick to dunk the ball, but make sure your pro stick function is not on dribble moves or shots only. You won't be able to do any of the finishing moves that I'm going to show you in today's video. The next thing, we're going to end up going to our settings, and we're going to go to our customized HUD. Now, the reason why we're going to our customized HUD, so you can end up seeing the shot meter and also the dunk meter. And I know you guys remember there was only 3 dunk meters in NBA 2K25. This year 2K has brought back all the great dunk meters that we love, but let me turn on my shot meter real quick so y'all can be able to see the meter I'm using. I am using Comet. This is one of my favorites, but there's other good options like the curve shot meter or layup meter, or even you can use Arrow 2. Arrow 2 is actually nice, and it seems like some of the best meters that you can end up using at the time of a dunk or even a layup. Now, if you want to take off your layup and your dunk meter, all you got to do is take off the visibility on layups off. Now, when you end up looking at this, you make sure please, you mess with the size of your shot meter. Certain meters will be real small, so you might have to put it on large so it can be a decent size, and some meters be already big, so you might put it on medium so you can be able to get to it. Which you now have in the settings that you need to be able to get around that rim and get on the rim. Now it's time to end up showing you how to dunk the ball in NBA 2K26. I'm gonna let y'all boys know that layups does matter for certain these animations and moves that you're gonna finish around the rim. Now, the first move is the two-hand safe hand dunk. Now, if you don't know how to do this, all it is running towards the rim, holding R2, and then you're gonna hold your right stick up as you go to the rim. So you're gonna be able to do quick drops, back scratchers. You're gonna be able to do all those off twos, off one dunks that use 2 hands, or any safe dunks package to end up getting to the rim by holding your right stick up and holding R2. Once you get to that free throw line, that's when you're gonna end up trying to trigger those animations, and which is one of the easiest way to end up getting a dunk without you having the time. Instead of you having to do a dunk meter because you was forced to, you can end up picking what you want to do when it comes to controlling your dunk. So now you got safe dunks. Now I'm going to teach you how to control your dunk, what hand to control the ball. These are called control dunks. Now, as I'm dunking the ball, these dunks I'm about to show you are all right hand dunks because I'm pointing my right stick to the top right as I'm going up. So by the time I'm taking off by the free throw line, I'm pointing that right stick to the top right while holding R2 when I end up getting to that paint. Now, every single time I dunk this ball, it will be with the right hand. No matter if I'm on the left side of the court, no matter if the ball is in my left hand, I will end up dunking the ball 99% of the time with my right hand. Only time you might not dunk it with your right hand if you're a little bit off. And I mean, when you're a little bit off, there's still a chance that it end up still making you go with your right hand if it's your dominant hand. Now look, it's the same thing if you want to end up going left. Now with going left, you're going to point your right stick to the top right as you get into almost the free throw line mid paint and hold R2, and that's going to be the way you get left hand dunks every single time. As you being able to control your player and be able to choose what hand you dunk the ball with, and you just going up and tapping square. That's why I said it was very important to put your pro stick function to default so you can be able to control what you're doing with your player and have more ability to do what you need to do. Now for the next dunk I'm going to be showing you, it is flashy dunks. Now y'all know flashy dunks last year was pulling your right stick down. It's the same this year, but it's an addition to the flashy dunks that we have our meter every time we dunk the ball by pulling our right stick down. So anytime you go up to a flashy dunk, it is a meter dunk, so you have to time it every single time. If you guys remember from NBA 2K23 all the way to NBA 2K25, the rhythm was flick your right stick up and hold down to get the dunk meter to pop up, to end up getting those contact dunks, to even triggering the dunk meter to even pop up. And I know a lot of you guys had a lot of problems with the dunk meter in NBA 2K25 or any 2Ks that had the up down dunk meter feature. Now look, it's very easy. Run to the rim, hold that right stick down, you get any type of dunk. You get any of your flashy dunks. You can possibly get a contact dunk. It's a new easy way to end up getting that skill dunk meter. For the next finishing dunk move I'm going to end up showing you, it is the spin dunk. If you know how to do a spin layup, you can do a spin dunk. I know it's 2 different ways. You can double tap square as you're moving towards the basket while you point your left stick to the top left or top right, so you can choose the direction you're going to go to. But the best way to me is using your right stick because you get a dunk animation almost every single time as long as you got stamina. Now if you want to end up doing a spin dunk, all you got to do is by the time you get to the mid range, you're going to rotate your right stick clockwise, and then you're going to hold R2 by the time the animation is just triggering out, so to end up getting a spin to the left. So anytime you go to the hole, you run in, let go of R2, then you're going to rotate your right stick clockwise, and then you're going to hit R2 again so you can get the dunk animation. Now if you want to end up spinning to the right, all it is the same way. All you're going to do is instead of going clockwise, you're going counterclockwise from 12 o'clock counterclockwise, and you're going to end up getting a spin to the left anytime you want. Oh, ball in the left hand or right hand, you can end up doing an inverted spin if you want to as well. Now look, top left, that's when you spin to the right. Top right, you're gonna end up spinning to the left. So if you wanna end up doing a spin to the right, you're gonna look at the top left of the screen. But if you wanna end up doing a spin to the left, you're gonna look at the top right of the screen. That's how you're gonna end up doing a spin dunk. As you go to the hole, you can go counterclockwise or clockwise, and you're gonna hold R2 once you get in the mid animation, so you can end up getting a dunk animation or even a standing dunk animation. And for this next move, they did switch it up, the Euro step dunk. At first, you could do it so many ways. You still can do it with double tap and square, but as of doing it now, you are pulling your right stick down like curry sliding, diagonal down to the left or diagonal down to the right. So you wanna do a Euro step, as you go into the paint with no R2, you're gonna end up pointing your right stick to the bottom right or the bottom left, based on what side you want to go to. And once you see that animation activate, that's when you're going to end up holding R2. So if the ball is in your right hand and you want to do a Euro step to the left, you're going to end up flicking your right stick diagonally down to the left. If you want to do a Euro step to the right, you're going to end up flicking your right stick diagonally down to the right. Now the thing is, with certain animations, you need a certain layup package to end up getting better Euro steps. It don't matter which layup package you end up putting on, they're going to have different Euro step dunk animations. No matter if you're SGA, no matter if you're Giannis. If you don't believe me, I can show you real quick versus my build. Right now I just got a default Euro step on and I'm still able to do it, but it looks much cleaner if you have a better Euro step. As Giannis Antetokounmpo, he does his Euro step and then all I do is hold R2 and finish the dunk, looking like literally a pure Giannis animation. Run around him, it's an easy dunk every single time. So if you want to end up practicing that, all you got to do is go into my court, walk towards the rim, hold your right stick diagonally down to the left or right based on which one you want to do, and then once you get to that animation, hold R2. And you see him with SGA, he doesn't even have a high dunk. He's doing his Euro step and he's getting on that rim. So if you want to build with a low dunk or you want to play with, well, not a best dunker, you're still able to finesse with this move. I dunked on multiple builds with 55 driving dunk or 60 driving dunk, and I'll be far from the rim and it will drag me to the paint. Now for this move right here, this is the Hopstep Dunk. Now you remember this from 2K20. Y'all remember the 2K20 Hopstep cheese. Now I'm going to show you how to do a Hopstep Dunk in NBA 2K26. As of the controls, it did get changed, but you can do the very simple version of this. As you're going to the hole, all you're going to do is tap square one time and then you're going to hold R2 to tap it again so you can end up finishing that dunk. Now every single time you have that stamina or you end up having a great Hopstep layup package on, like a Derrick Rose or something like that, you will be able to get that animation very consistently. All you gotta do is actually filter through these layup packages and see what's gonna help you. If you end up putting the Giannis Euro step and mixing in with a D Rose or something like that, if you can end up making a beast as a finisher, which is a very simple move. As you just tap square and then you hold square while holding R2, and you'll be able to get that dunk off anytime. Now we're going to the reverse dunks. Now to do a reverse dunk in NBA 2K26, it's the same as the last year. All you're doing is running on the baseline, you're pointing your right stick to the opposite side. So if you're running to the left, you're gonna point your right stick to the right while holding R2. And if you're running for the right, you're gonna point your right stick to the left as you holding R2. So you can end up getting a reverse dunk no matter what. So if I'm on the left side of the court and I wanna run to the rim, I'm gonna point my right stick to the left. But if I'm on the right side of the court while I'm running into the paint, I'm gonna end up pointing my right stick to the right. So whatever side you come from, that's where your right stick should be pointing. So if you're coming from the left side, that right stick should be pointing left as you're getting close to that basket to get a baseline dunk or a reverse dunk, anyway like that. Now keep that in mind. That's why I said it's very important to use the right stick than just using square, because square is just a randomization of just dunks that you have equipped. Now when it comes to contact dunks in NBA 2K26, now the requirements, I'm going to go show you the small contact dunks, the pro contact dunks, even the elite contact dunks, but I'm going to end up starting out with the pro contact dunks. For all these off 2 contact dunks, pro contact dunk off 2, you need an 87 driving dunk with at least a 75 vertical with no height requirement. If your build can get it, it can get it. Now for elite contact dunks off 2, you need a 96 driving dunk with a 82 vertical, no matter the height or no matter the build, as long as you got the requirements. But when it comes to being on a small build, if you're on a build that's under 6'5", you can get those small contact dunks off 2 with having an 86 driving dunk with a 75 vertical. Now when it comes to these one hand contact dunks, to get pro contact dunks off 1, you're gonna need an 89 driving dunk with a 78 vertical, no matter the height. If your build can get it, you can put it on. And when it comes to elite contact dunks off 1, y'all boys know it's 99 driving dunk with a 90 vertical to end up getting them elite contact dunks off 1. And then for the small contact dunks off 1, you need a 93 driving dunk with at least an 80 vertical to unlock those, but it's a good range to end up getting multiple if you want a small build. Now when it comes to the standings and big man dunks, you want to get those contact dunks. For pro contact dunks, all you need to have is a 80 standing dunk with a 60 vertical, but also you need to be 6'10" or above. The same way for elite contact dunks, you need a 90 standing dunk with a 70 vertical, so you can get those elite big man contact dunks in the paint, the standing contact, so you can really get on that rim and really dunk on people. But the requirements for contact alley-oops, is very similar. All you need is an 84 driving to get pro contact dunks alley-oops with having a semi-vertical. Then for the elite alley-oops, this is what you need. I'm not gonna let that 92 elite contact alley-oops be crazy. 92 driving dunk with an 80 vertical. And y'all know y'all be seeing the craziest contact dunk animations with 92. Now when it comes to the small contact dunks, all you need is have a calm 86 driving dunk with an 85 vertical. But remember, you need to be under 6'5", so 6'4", 6'3s all the way to 5'9s. Now for my big man, we do have those big man contact dunks, which is an 85 standing dunk with a 70 driving dunk while having a 60 vertical, but you need to be 6'10 and above. Now I just gave you the requirements to get contact dunks on any type of build. Now I'm gonna end up showing you how to get the contact dunks and how to get on that rim. Now getting on that rim, all you gotta do is for the skill dunk, like I told you, flashy dunk, pull your right stick down as you go into the rim. By the time you're gonna end up pulling that right stick down, you're gonna aim for like mid paint or even close to the free throw line. That's when you should be taking off. But now in NBA 2K26, the meter does adjust based on the contest and based on the badges and attributes the player that has in the paint that's going to be contesting you. Now, even if you got somebody that got a 99 dunk and somebody got a 95 interior, there's still a possible chance that you can get a contact dunk, but you just gotta know if they got a high block as well, that's going to also lower your chances to get dunks. Now for angles, now if you want to be able to get contact dunks, you got to know angles and placements of where people are standing. If they're playing a little bit low in the paint, you can possibly get that dunk. But if they're playing on your hip, it's an easy contact dunk no matter what. But when it comes to the standing dunks, for my big man, standing dunks is very easy. I know a lot of you guys hold R2 and tap square to end up getting your standing dunk, but now it's your time to get better. Now we want to end up doing these standing dunks with the right stick up. That's one of the easiest ways to do it. If you're just tapping square, it's a 50-50. Even though you still can get a layup with the right stick up, it's a lower chance, but also it's based on positioning. Now if you're under the rim too much, sometimes it won't give you an actual standing dunk based on your dunk rating or even the placement of the defender. Now if you know you got a high standing dunk and they defense ain't really like that, you can really cram on somebody's head. But when it comes to using the dunk meter for standing dunks, all it is holding your right stick down. Now it's nothing too crazy. It's no up down, it's no down down. All you're gonna do is hold your right stick down while holding R2, and you're gonna be able to get a standing meter dunk and get those contact dunks if you have a 90 standing dunk, 80 standing dunk. So you can be able to get those in the paint and really dunk on people. But remember, you have to be at least 6'10 and above just to unlock standing contact dunks. Now I'm gonna end up showing you what it look like in game as you drop step. Oh my God, standing meter dunk. All it is situational. If you feel like you can get a standing dunk and use the meter and you're good at timing the meter, use the meter. But if you feel like you can get the position and you can just go right up, do that. So but look, it's a move that y'all seeing right now that a lot of centers need to add into their bag, especially if you got a little bit post control, and that is drop step dunks. Now if you don't know how to drop step, all you're gonna do is hold L2 in the post. But if you want to back shoulder drop step like this, all you're gonna do is hold L2 in the paint, tap square while your left stick is pointing to the right, and you're gonna hold R2. That's gonna get you a drop step. Now if you're pointing to the right, you're gonna tap square while you're pointing your left stick to the left, so you can end up finishing while holding R2 to get a standing dunk. That's how you end up doing a standing drop step dunk in NBA 2K26. And all you would really need to start out is at least to have post up poet on silver or post up powerhouse on silver, so you can be very a force in the paint to move defenders out the way. But now this is one thing y'all always been asking for: how do you throw Sefl Lobs in NBA 2K26? Now Sefl Lobs in NBA 2K26 is different. It's not just tapping X and circle at the same time to end up getting a Sefl Lob. This year you're going to be tapping square and triangle at the same time to get a Sefl Lob. Now it's kind of awkward. It's a weird positioning that you got to cross over all the buttons to tap square and triangle at the same time to catch a Sefl Lob. But also we have to guess the actual icon. So when you're throwing these Sefl Lobs, you're just gonna know you're gonna be playing button roulette. So if you're playing with random people, don't just throw lobs, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. But as of catching lobs is very similar. It's the same thing. If somebody throws me a lob or if I do a Sefl Lob, I have to guess the icon as I'm going up for that lob and time it. Some animations are faster than others, so it's going to be hard for you to react. But most of the time, if you end up practicing in a mic or even practicing with some of your homies, you can get it down. It's just all animation based which ones you get, because you can get a fast lob or you can get a slow lob. I feel like it's one of those features that might die out just because nobody wants to play button roulette trying to figure out how to time alley-oop in NBA 2K26. But hey, it somewhat added a skill gap, but it was kind of unnecessary to me. But hey, with all the information I gave y'all to how to finish around the rim, all I ask y'all boys to do is drop a like on the video. If this video end up getting 500 likes, I end up giving y'all a layup tutorial video as well in NBA 2K26. But don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos like this, and check out the video on the screen, man.